So guys, this week what we're going to be doing is homemade potato wedges, spicy beef, and I'm going to show you how to make up homemade burgers as well. So first thing is homemade wedges. Now you can do these a couple of different ways. You can slice the potatoes, or you can actually make them into wedges, whatever way you want. Sometimes it depends on how much time you have. If you want to do it quickly, you can slice them thinner. If you want to do them a wee bit longer, cut them bigger. That's just basically, but the basis of this is all the same anyway, okay? So first of all is you get your potatoes. The majority of you can use any kind of potatoes, and what you do is you wash them, give them a good wash, keep the skin on. I always like to keep the skin on, and you slice them. So basically these are some washed potatoes, and I'm going to slice them up. So just like this. Just take your time and slice them, and as you see, they're not too thick. Okay? So I'm just going to slice all these potatoes. I'm only going to do two of them. That's your potatoes. In the bowl, you put a little bit of oil. You want to coat all the potatoes. This is olive oil, salt and pepper, and whatever seasoning you want. This is spicy Cajun seasoning, but you can coat with whatever you like, and a wee bit of maybe chili or something. So the whole idea is to give it a good mix. If you're not comfortable doing it like this, just use the skin. And just make sure all the potatoes have been all coated. Put them on to an oven tray. Just spread them out. And they usually take about 20 minutes to do. And that's it. And I'm just going to throw these in the oven. So now guys, we move on to spicy beef. Once again, it's simple. I'm going to do it in a wee small pan with a wee bit less of the ingredients, but it's all going to be the same. It's just so that you can see it being done in the pan. So the ingredients are garlic, onions, peppers, chili flakes, salt and pepper, a bit of gravy powder, a bit of water, and mince. That's it. Very simple, but very, very tasty. So first of all, I'm just going to some onion, about a half a small onion that you would get in the shop, guys. I'd say these are just big Spanish onions, so it would be just too much. I'm just going to cut up the onion really fine. Okay, and then a little bit of the pepper as well. So you don't have to put the pepper in, but it just adds a wee bit of flavour. Now, I'm using a green pepper, but you can use any kind of pepper. And once again, the ingredients that I've given you, you can add to it. You can add more spices, you can add or you can take away. But I think the spices that we're using is enough. So the garlic, nice and chopped. Once again, you can use this. You can use a garlic crusher if you have it, or if you don't have fresh garlic, you can use garlic powder if you wish. So that's the basis of it. So we're just going to put on our pan. A little bit of olive oil again. So this is the minced steak, guys. You can get different qualities of mint steak, so it just depends what kind you get out of the butcher. Ideally, if you go to a butcher asking for fresh mint steak, it's much better than some of the stuff that's sitting, because they would use, can't actually remember off the top of my head, but they would use stuff to preserve it slightly. Whereas if you get the steak mince and get that freshly put through, it's actually a bit tastier. So what I'm going to do here is add the chili flakes and the chili powder and a bit of the salt into the mince, and that's just going to give it a wee bit of flavour before you add it in to the pan. I'm just going to go and wash my hands here. So that's the mince, guys, and it's all seasoned. Pan's ready, and your onions and peppers. And at this stage I'm not going to put the garlic in, because I'm always afraid that garlic can burn very quickly. So all we're going to do is slowly these down, and because it's so small, it's only going to take a few seconds to break down. And obviously you'll be doing this in a deeper pan, but for the purposes of this demonstration, just doing a little pan so it's easier for you to see what's happening. So at this stage, just before I add the mince, I'm going to add in the garlic, just to make sure, one, it brings out the flavour, but two, we're not going to burn it. Oh, and the smell now is amazing. Now, I'm going to add in the mince. Even when it's in a deeper pan, just keep breaking it down. You don't want any lumps in it. Sometimes the mince can stick together, and if you feel that happening, use a fork instead of a spoon, just to break it down. So guys, that's the mince all cooked off now. The flavours is amazing. At this stage, you add in a little bit of water. I haven't put it on the recipe because it's hard to judge, to be honest with you. Sometimes people do recipes like this and they just expect people to know. So the reason why I've done it this way is that here, because the mince is good quality, there's very little juice coming off it, as you can see. So I have to add a wee bit more water. So all you're trying to do is cover the mince, whatever you have in the pan, and what that's going to do is give you more of a sauce that you hopefully will be able to see. And you just cook that off now, simmer it off for about 5-10 minutes. That'll bring in the flavours completely, and then you thicken it with a little bit of your gravy powder. So now guys, it's just going to add in a wee bit of gravy powder. Remember, you can always add, but you can't take away, so just be careful when you're adding it in. And it just depends how thick you want it. Obviously if you want it thicker, add in a wee bit more. If you want it less thicker, add in less, or don't add in as much. So that's it, just coming to the nice consistency that I like to see. Nice, spicy. And if it's not spicy enough for people, you can add in more chili flakes, maybe a wee bit more garlic, spice it up. And for the vegetarians, the exact same thing as what I've done there, but what you can do is use corn mince and you'll get the exact same effect. And when you're thickening it, you can get your vegetarian powder as well to thicken it up. So hopefully that'll do the same idea for a vegetarian, because you can use that with the wedges that we've put in the oven, and it's another good vegetarian dish. But that's it, spicy mince, which can be great with the wedges, can be great, a bit of cheese on top, but great evening hot meal for this time of year. So that's the spicy wedges out of the oven. So here I have, just going to put them into a little basket. And in front of me I have some that I have done with spicy beef and cheese, which is an idea. Or this is your wedges. You could do, as you can see, there was only 2 potatoes. 6-7 potatoes would give you a lot of wedges. And then just put the mince so that people can help themselves. Just like that, you finish off. Bit of garnish. And that's your spicy mince and your wedges together. So hopefully you'll give that a go and enjoy.